Hey, boys and girls. So today is NTI day 26. And before I go over the packet instructions, I wanted to talk to you all a little bit first. So last week you started reading about different things that actually happened in history. And when you're doing that, I said it's really important to think about the sequence of events or the order that things happen. So putting those events like the first thing that happened, the next thing that happened, then, and then finally. Doing that will help you keep track of the events that happen and the order that they happen. But when we're talking about historical events, it's not just about the sequence of events, but also why things were done or why things happened. And that's the cause and effect of what happened. So the cause is what happened first. It's what happened first, but it is not always written first. An example of this would be, I slipped and fell because it was raining. So it had to rain first to make me slip and fall, but it's not written first in the sentence. And the effect is what happened second, or what happened as a result of something else. So I slipped and fell because it was raining. That's what happened because of the rain. They fell. So when you were reading about the flag and about Betsy Ross and George Washington, Betsy Ross started making the flag because George Washington came to her and asked her to. So the cause was George Washington asked Betsy Ross to do this. The effect would be she made the American flag. So you have to think about what happened and then what happened because of that. And there are some key words you can look for while you're reading. So some of those key words are so, because, therefore, since, if, then, so, that, without, cause, effect, how, explain. So those words are going to help you find those cause and effect relationships while you're reading. So when you go to your packet today, you're going to be reading about, if I can get it to come up. Okay, there we go. So what you're going to be reading about today is Squanto and the Pilgrims. So his name is Squanto, and the Pilgrims were a group of people that sailed to our country before it was our country to start a new life where they could practice their religion without being persecuted. And Squanto was a Native American. And when you read this story, you're going to have some questions afterward asking why or what happened. So they're all going to be about sequence of events or the cause and effect. So this first question says, when did Squanto learn to speak English? And I would always read all of my answer choices and then go back into the story to see when that happened. So when did Squanto learn to speak English? After he was taken away by sailors, after he returned to his tribe's home, after he met the Pilgrims, or after he became a teacher. So let's go up and see when he learned to speak English. Long ago, there lived a man named Squanto. He was a Native American. That is a group of people, boys and girls, that lived here before anybody else. So before any immigrants or settlers or pilgrims came over, Native Americans lived in this country. He made a big difference in the lives of the Pilgrims. Squanto was a member of the Wampanoag tribe. When he was young, Squanto was taken away by sailors. He learned to speak English. So if I were looking right here, Squanto was taken away by sailors. Then he learned to speak English. That's sequence of events. First, he was taken away by sailors. Then he learned to speak English. Do you see how that happened? They probably spoke English, and that's how he learned. So if we go back to that question, was it after he was taken away by sailors? After he returned to his tribe's home, after he met the Pilgrims, or after he became a teacher? A, right, after he was taken away by sailors. And part B right here says write 2 sentences from the passage that helps you answer that question. That's what we did together. We went right up there into that story and we found those two sentences that helped us, right? So that's what you write there. Then, number 2 says, reread paragraph 6. Which of these dictionary definitions for the word generous matches the meaning of the word in this selection? So this is a question asking what a word means. So a dictionary definition, boys and girls, is the meaning of the word generous. So if we go back up here to paragraph 6, and luckily they're labeled for us, so we know exactly where paragraph 6 is. We're going to look for that little 6. He became a generous teacher. He taught them how to fish and plant corn. He showed them how to get ready for the long winter. So if he taught them how to do things, he showed them how to get ready, what does that tell us about him? He was large and plentiful. Does that make sense? No. Not mean. Maybe, that wasn't mean. C, willing to share with others, or rich and strong. What did he share with them? His what? His knowledge or his information about how to grow things and how to survive. So I would say the best answer choice would be C. I could see where you might think it would be not mean, but more not mean would be like kind or nice. Generous means more that you're willing to share with other people. So that's what I want you to do for these questions, okay? And you have quite a bit more to answer after that. For the chart, it says how Squanto helped the Pilgrims and why Squanto helped the Pilgrims. So for how, you're going to tell me what he did. What did he do that helped the Pilgrims, his actions? For the why, you're going to tell me what were some of the reasons or what were some of the causes that he had for helping the Pilgrims. Why would he want to help the Pilgrims? All right, then you're going to read a short little story about an earthquake and answer some more cause and effect questions about the earthquake. So this question might be a little tricky. It says, which was not an effect of the earthquake? So when you are reading that, you need to think what happened because of the earthquake and which one of these didn't happen because of the earthquake. All right, so that's what you're doing today, and tomorrow I'll give you some more activities that you can do about cause and effect, okay? All right, I'll see you guys later, and I will talk to you later. Bye.